And it's Thursday night, everybody. I see Steve was staring away, so I'm just going to jump right in here and say welcome into Thursday Night BBQ Chat. I'm your host, Ryan from Barbecue Blackstone and
You're
Beer.
not.
And
You're not
beautiful wherever I'm at.
You're not the host. You're not the host.
I mean, are we going to do this every show? I know,
but
you're just the host and I'm just here.
I was in the process of turning my volume down because I'm trying to go on to Instagram. So, and this is no way to start. Every week we start the show this way. We don't even do like a formal introduction.
You're not even ready every week.
I'm ready.
But I think that's the fun of it. Maybe everybody loves this part of it.
No, I don't know. All right, everybody. It's Thursday night. It's another edition of Thursday Night Barbecue Chat. I am your host, Steve Crass. I am with It's All About the Barbecue. And during the day, during the week, you can find me at Wanamaker's in lovely, beautiful downtown Downers Grove, Illinois. And the man sitting next to me, as always, the chairman of the board, the one, the only. His beard's splitting at the bottom, but we just noticed that in the green room.
Wow.
We don't know why. Mr. Ryan Hoagland.
You know,
what's up, buddy?
You didn't have to talk about the beard. Now I'm going to be self-conscious about the beard the whole time.
I'm worried for it. It's like I don't know. I mean, it's always been. I've always had. Notice. Mine is growing out because
Trisha.
You know why? Because I've had beard envy. So I decided to grow mine out a little bit because I was.
Steve, I think that's the first time you've ever said that.
I've been a little envious of Mr. Hoagland and his beard. But now that it's splitting, I feel marvelous that mine is perfectly straight and square.
Wow.
Well, Ryan, we got a lot of housekeeping to do in the beginning. Let's start off with our sponsors. If you got the little sponsor video, let's get that done. We'll talk about our sponsors a little bit, and then we got to do a little housekeeping, and then we have some great guests on tonight. I'm actually very curious about this association, so hopefully people will sign on and ask some questions with me because I do have some questions as to how this association works.
I mean, I agree with you. I have some,
actually have questions?
I have some love for the associations and cooking competitions in general.
Just roll this.
All right, here we go. Thanks to our sponsors.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
We have some great sponsors. Yes. Good old OG Bandits, sauces and rubs. You can get them at your local distributed barbecue products. If not, go online to Barbecue Pro Shop or what's the other one? BarbecueSuperstore.com. And then we got Steak Ager. We got Scott. He was our guest last week. Steak Ager and Spitfire Grills. I'm telling you, check out that Spitfire Grill. I think it's a pretty cool thing.
I actually had a buddy of mine that lives here in town with me. He actually came up to me and said he's one of the soccer dads, but he stopped me and he goes, dude, I'm really interested in one of those grills.
Oh, yeah. Well, then look it up. And then our good friends from Wood Meat Systems, they are a distributor of Southern Pride smokers. So if you're interested in Southern Pride smokers, whether it be a toe behind or if you got a restaurant or something and you're looking for some Southern Pride smokers, you can go to woodfoodsystems.com. And then I think that's it. Is that everybody? Oh, and Marble Ridge Farm. Almost forgot.
Farms. Don't forget them.
Marble Ridge Farms, you can find any kinds of meat on there, and they will ship it directly to you. That is our good friend Tim Shear over there, kind of / Blues Hog, but that's his farm. So congratulations. Yes. Thank you for all our sponsors and all that other stuff. We got other stuff. I got to do a little bit of housekeeping. And so, hello, Eric. So this weekend at Wanamaker's, it is our 31st annual Spring Garden Show. We are going to have some barbecue vendors there, so please stop into Wanamaker's. We got deals on grills. We have a bunch of local vendors. We even have Mr. Chris Marks, who was a guest on this show a couple weeks ago. He is actually going to be at the show also doing his Three Little Pigs products. We got Grillin' with Dad's going to be there. The little local social media personality. He is going to be there. And then just like I said, tons of local vendors like Rackmasters, Old Arthur's, Fire and Smoke Barbecue, Spokes, Dog Provisions. We got Kelly's Mustard is going to be on it. By the way, I don't know if anybody checked it out, but my good friend Scott Fisher with Happy to Meet You featured Kelly's Mustard in his QVC segment on Wednesday. So if you want, look it up, QVC. Kelly's Mustard was on there. Congratulations, Kevin Kelly, for being on QVC. And then we also have coming up a week from this Saturday, March 15th. This one is personal. And this one is the Barbecue Love Tour. We'll be stopping at Beach Avenue Barbecue in Brookfield at 11 a.m. Please, if you are free and you are available, this is for my man Juan Silva over there at Beach Avenue Barbecue, who is fighting the good fight, and hope everything all comes out well. He has cancer, and we want everybody that is possibly available in the area, even if you can't get there at 11 o'clock, to be with us, which is fine. I can understand. Some people don't like being around Ryan, but if it doesn't matter.
I was going to say, hold your differences aside.
But anyway, come on out, support Juan, support Beach Avenue Barbecue. If you support Beach Avenue Barbecue, you're supporting Juan. So that's a great thing. So if you can, March 15th, Beach Avenue Barbecue in Brookfield, Illinois, 11 a.m. Get there. He's making corned beef, everybody. Just let you know, because it is St. Patty's Day weekend. Not that I'm Irish, but I'm not.
You just like corned beef. Nothing wrong with that.
I just like corned beef. I just like to eat.
You know what else you like? King cake. Just saying.
Let's not bring up the king cake, Ryan.
Uh-oh. So are you okay? Do you need a moment?
No, I'm good. I just had a lot of the king cake from Sucre du Lac in Mississippi. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. Needless to say, I don't want to say, but she's here. I think Trisha ate most of it.
Oh.
But it was still really, really, really good.
I was going to say something, but we're in your ear, so she can't even hear us right now. So it's okay. Anyways, let's get to the show tonight.
All right. So tonight's show, I have been watching online and watching this association, which is the Rib Cook-Off Association, for the last year or so, kind of just following around with it, just kind of seeing how it operates. And lo and behold, I decided to reach out. No, not this week. It was actually a while back. And guess what? I forgot all about it. And that happens when you get to be a little bit older. You forget that you reached out to people to say, hey, I want you to be a guest on the show. And they give you phone numbers and all this other stuff. And then lo and behold.
Oh, Steve, there was, I can't remember who it was. Somebody created like a spreadsheet that we could put all these names of people into it. Oh, yeah, that was me. And you just decide not to use it. That would be a great reminder. I'm just saying. I just want to throw that out there.
Are you still there?
Can
you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you now.
Oh, see, that's why you're not the technical side.
Again.
Why we're getting Steve. We're going to get our guests up here in 1 second. Eric Hayes, what's going on, brother? And Mr. Scott Parkins, what's going on? The rib man himself.
Hold on a second.
Scott makes some amazing ribs. Love them. Are you losing it? Are you back? Can you hear me? This is
I can't hear anything.
Mr. Phil.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear us? No?
I am going to sign out.
Take your earbuds and put them in the case and close it. Yes. Put those in the case and close it.
I'm going to sign out and come back in.
Oh, geez.
Whatever. Start the show.
The show's already started. Oh, good old Steve. Can you hear me now? Hello? Nope. He still can't hear us. Yeah, this is what Steve does. So, yes, our guests, I feel bad for our guests. They're sitting down there just probably laughing their tails off at us. But this is like teaching Grandpa how to turn on the TV with a new clicker. Yes. You know what the best part about that, or the best, easiest way to do, is you take tape and cover the remote control, and you cut out only the buttons that you need to use. Prior to some of my IT jobs that I'm in now and banking that I'm in now, I used to work for a contractor for Comcast, and that's what we had to do sometimes. It was easier just to tape off the remote and cut out what we needed, and it worked great. But I'm not even going to really wait for Steve anymore. Oh, here he comes. Let's see. Is he back? Can he hear us now?
I can. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it was like I couldn't hear nothing. What's the
next time? I'll get to this. Before I was just getting ready to bring up our guest, but put your earbuds in the case, close it, and then open it back up, and it'll reconnect.
I did that. I tried that. I did that, and then I took both out and put them in.
Did you read this here? I just wanted to leave that up there for you. Yeah. And
Wow.
then Eric's just laughing his tail off. Anyways.
No, it happens. So then I decided, after seeing something else on there on Facebook from the Rib Cook-Off Association, I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to have them as a guest on the show. So I reached out again. Dirk was nice enough to respond, and we connected, and lo and behold, here we are. It is now their day to shine on Thursday Night BBQ Chat. There they are.
Hello.
Hey,
What's up?
guys.
Welcome to the show. How are we doing this evening?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Sorry about our little sorry about somebody's little technical difficulties, but it happens.
It happens almost every week to somebody, but Johnny Joseph couldn't even get in the show. So that was
He got in eventually, but yeah, it was fun.
Anyway.
So
Rib Cook-Off Association, my good friends.
Yeah.
What made you? I mean, obviously there's KCBS, there's MBN, there's SCA, there's a whole bunch. What made you think of doing? Well, and Ryan's Griddle Battle, and then so what made you guys? What made you think of just doing? Because I think the rib thing is kind of cool because it's not a real quick cook like a steak, but it's not a real long cook like doing a brisket. What made you want to branch out to something different?
That's a good question. But Jody and I have cooked forever, 13 years. We've done probably 200 pro contests, 180 KCBS contests. And for some weird reason, I get on GoDaddy a lot and buy websites just for the heck of it. I bought Rib Cook-Off Association. Why I thought of that, I have no idea. Probably 2 years before we ever started, with zero intention of ever doing anything. I just thought maybe someday when I retire might be something, but never gave it a second thought. And really, it's kind of weird. That's how it got. We owned the website, and then Jody can kind of tell you how we pulled the trigger on it, which was just on a whim.
So Dirk had been talking about it, and I was just letting him talk. I didn't know he really wanted to do it, and we were heading to Kansas City. He had his golden ticket. I didn't have mine. I needed a golden ticket to go to Worlds. And we're sitting there, and he says, I think it's time.
We were in a hotel room just like 5:30.
Yeah.
And just out of the clear blue, I was sitting at the desk playing on my iPad, and she was on her computer. And I don't know. It was weird. I just looked at her, and I said, I think it's time to do the rib deal.
So my background is business. So I put together a press release and sent it out. Within 2 weeks, I had a website built, and we opened it up 2 weeks later. And I think the first day we had over 300 people sign up to be members. We didn't even have a contest yet. So soon after that, we had a contest in Conway, Arkansas. That was our first one. We had about 38
Close to
cooks.
40.
Yeah, almost 40. It was a great contest. And leaving that contest, Dirk and I's mission is, especially cooking all these different amazing organizations, is we want to have fun. Too many times when you're cooking an organization with the short time turnaround, I mean, it gets pretty stressful. Well, we all enjoy competing. Well, why not have fun? And we heard so many times at that contest in Conway, this is fun, because we have 30-minute windows. We had one rib and a wing ancillary, and everybody said we're hooked. After that, for the year, we finished with about 40 contests, and we had a world championship where we gave out over $34,000 in prize money plus awards. And this year, by the end of January, we already had 40 contests on the books, and now we have just about 60 contests.
Wow. Good for
Night
you.
Jody wrote up that little press deal. We were still headed to Kansas City the next day. I had 248 messages on my phone, and I had to turn the volume off my phone the next morning so we could even sleep. And a lot of people asked if I got hacked. Some people believed it. And by the time we got to the contest the next day, people were just flooding us like, hey, what's this all about? We didn't even have a clue. We're just like, well, details to come.
Yeah, I was just
it was crazy.
I was just going to ask you. I mean, for that kind of it's actually a two-part question, but had you spoken to people before about it, and and two, what was
Absolutely
their
not.
Just him and I.
Yeah, not
it.
one single person.
and then what was their? Did they give any kind of those who were signing up right away? Did they give any kind of feedback as to why they thought it was a cool idea, or did they just?
It helped that we knew a lot of them. A lot of them we didn't. I don't know if we had any new cooks for that first one.
Yeah.
But we knew a lot of the cooks, but they were a lot of them were from over there. We had some Oklahoma guys travel, but I think people just knew when we did it, it was a serious deal, and
we
got behind it.
We had brainstormed. We knew the vision. The vision was to bring something different, a little bit more laid back. A lot of people who have been in the cooking world for a long time, we knew that we wanted to target those. We wanted to target new cooks. And I will tell you, our demographics, we're getting everybody. We're getting cooks that have been in organizations, don't want to cook for meats. They're coming over. We have world champions cooking. We've got people that compete in our COA, and then they're out cooking another organization, which we absolutely love, and we support them. And they're on the hunt for points in these other organizations as well as ours. And then we have a lot of new cooks. Our points runner up, right? He had never cooked before. And he got hooked. He started chasing. He got better. I mean, we always get better the more we cook. And so that was definitely near and dear to our heart, and something that's very near and dear to us is leaving a legacy. Our concern is we want barbecue to be around for our grandkids. We have 13 grandkids between us, and we want barbecue to be around for them. And we want them to have a competitive opportunity to go and cook, but then also have fun. Our judges are not certified, and they absolutely love judging our organization. Most of them are from different organizations that just come and judge, and they say it's the way it used to be, 20, 30 years ago. And all of the feedback has really been great. And here we are today. Yeah.
I'm just in awe, like myself. I mean, just to do it and get into that part of it. I'm not going to get into it all, Steve. I'll save all that for later. I've got something similar, and I'm like, just to have
later.
Have 40 people, in your first competition. That's just amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So kudos to you. Congrats to you. That's awesome.
Thanks.
I did look at Dirk that first day, and I said, "What did you get me into?"
Well, that's the other part of it. I mean, and obviously, to touch on Ryan's griddle battle thing, but having judged his griddle battle last year and seeing all the stuff that goes into, and he only had like 7 or 8 competitors or 10. I thought it was. Yeah,
give me my 10. All right.
Well, I thought it was 10, but I wasn't sure. And then, just all that goes into it for that little, just that one little event, but to then develop a whole association of how your points and this and how things are judged, and for a whole larger thing, that's pretty darn cool. And then to have such a response.
Yeah, Dirk really had the outline on and a vision of what he wanted. And so it's really easy to take that information, and being on the business side, I was able to implement it quickly. Building out the score sheets was fine. I worked with a programmer. We had that done, not a problem. But what really was nice is we had 2 experienced reps show up to our first contest. We would have been okay. But let me tell you what, having them there and saying, hey, you might think about doing, on the judging side, hey, you might do this, you might do this. Mm-hmm. Well, that was great input, because like I said, we would have figured it out, but we got ahead of the curve, which was really, really nice. So, we really had a bunch of people that stood behind us and said, hey, how can we help? We had sponsors come on pretty quickly. Royal Oak Charcoal was the first one to come on and say, "Hey, we support this." Dirk and I have been on Team Royal Oak for 6 years, 6 or 7 years already. So we really appreciated that. And then Blues Hog, Gateway Drums, and now this year PNL Steak and Spices came on, or Steak and Seasoning came on. So we're growing in that aspect as well. And my goal is in 5 years we're going to be at 100,000.
Excellent. I got a comment on Instagram. For those of you who are on Instagram, if we don't see your comment right away, it does not appear on our screen. So I'm watching it on my phone, just so you don't get upset or sad. My friend Emlyn was saying that he's judging his first RCOA contest in April at Pork Mania in Wisconsin. So
awesome.
Yeah, so it's already, like I said, I've seen it around. Obviously, the Chicago area has lost a lot of its competitions. There's not a ton of teams left that I know of in the area. I mean, there's a few. There's, the Barbecue Bus and a few other, but a lot of them have switched over to SCA and stuff like that. So I was hoping the Rib Cook-Off Association would spur more contests in the area.
Pretty close to Chicago this year.
Lennox, Illinois.
New Lennox?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, New Lennox is close to us.
Yeah, that's close to us.
Jody's looking right now.
I'm looking up on the calendar, but we have one in that area coming up. Wisconsin has been on fire.
Yeah,
Wisconsin is, they're usually big for SCAs and regular. Yeah, but the Chicago area has kind of pooped itself out. I don't know what the deal is with that. I wish there were more here.
Jody was talking about our world championship we had in Shawnee, Oklahoma at the Fire Lake Casino. Great. We put KCBS there before, so it was a great setup. They have like 250 full RV sites. I mean, it just doesn't get any better. But we had 11 world champions from different organizations there cooking. Wow. We just asked for a show of hands at awards and asked how many were world champions. Had 11 people stand up. And it was a crazy deal. For the first year, it's just been nuts.
So
I do want to shout. We're going
August 16th.
August 16th, yes, and then we have another one in June. I don't know how far away it is. Englewood, Ohio.
That's a little bit of a ways.
A little bit further south.
Where's the August one, Ryan?
It's at the American Legion, Sons of the American Legion, Sons of American Legion Squadron, 1977, 14414 Ford Drive, New Lenox, Illinois. All proceeds to benefit veterans and community efforts.
Wonder who's putting that together. We'll have to have them on here to explain.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let me get a little catch up here in the housekeeping here. We got little Gringa. Ray's in here.
Hey, Ray.
Hey,
good to see Ray.
Adam Sherwin from Arizona. Blackstone Betty is in the house.
That's what I thought.
My good buddy, cooking with the Schmidt.
Yeah, whatever.
And then,
well, I mean, I like the Schmidt, but the whole you doing the beard thing is just not. Yeah,
that's his thing.
Oh, yeah, Ron.
But it's not yours.
Ron says Pork Mania will be my third RCOA cook this year. We're having a great time here in Wisconsin.
Awesome.
The promoter for that Illinois contest is Tim Kraft.
Tim Kraft.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
If I remember right, because I talked to him and it's been a while, it seems like they've had a contest there for a few years and just decided to sanction with us this year. And I think it might have just been a local deal. I could be totally off too, but that's
we can ask is my good friend Vito. Hey Vito, you just signed on. Good evening to you, Vito. You are in that New Lenox area. Is that contest a contest that you guys used to do? That's now going to be a Rib Cook-Off Association cook. He might know because he's down in that area. But
cool.
I'll have to get down there and check that out.
Yeah.
Good love to have you guys.
So I got a question for you because I know I say it all the time because I know I'm probably wrong for saying it, but of course, obviously, ignorance is bliss. I always say that the Rib Cook-Off Association is like the Steak Cook-Off Association, but with ribs. Is there similarities or is there huge differences and
huge?
Yeah, and we've cooked. Jody and I've probably cooked 200 SCA contests over the years, and I still like to cook it. We just don't get to cook anymore, but we're obviously bring your own ribs. Where SCA provides the steaks. Our scoring's different.
Our turn-ins are 30 minutes.
Yeah, we have 30-minute turn-in window. So
we brought on wings this year. We're counting points for wings. We do ancillary. We've got a 5-year plan out there. I think we fill a void in barbecue that's not been filled. And I think something we weren't expecting was the demographics of everyone who's cooking was more than what we expected. I knew we'd probably get new cooks. I thought we might get some of the experienced guys that are still on tour, but I wasn't expecting the more mature cooks that have been cooking for a long time, always did 4 meats, that said, hey, this is easier. We like this, and this is what we want to do. So, I was really excited about that. So we're really pulling from a wide group of demographics, men and women.
we're also in Europe. Jody can tell.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
We launched in Europe last year. I went over there into September. We have 2 great gentlemen that are running that. Last year, I think they finished with 5 contests. They held their annual event in January, and that went very well. And then we're launching in New Zealand. I'll be over there in June. And then there's another country that's interested that'll be there kind of checking our COA out and letting us know. And then, hey, do y'all want some good information about a little surprise that's going to be released either tonight or tomorrow?
This show happens to
Breaking
bring out
news.
a lot of breaking news.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I forgot about it.
I think we're the test, Ryan, to see how well it goes over, and then it goes to because more people have giving out secrets on this show,
Yes.
and I don't understand why.
I think it's the beards. It's the beards. It's the beards.
I was just going to say that, and I didn't want to interrupt him, but I was just thinking the same thing.
The beards. I think it's the greatest show that nobody watches. That's what I call it. We've had fantastic guests on here. We did, but today we got a good crowd. You guys are drawing a good crowd, so thank you for that.
Good.
Awesome.
But yeah, we have had a lot of great people on here. It's always a fun time. It's like I said in the green room, it's always just kind of like a chat. There's no structure to it, obviously, as you can see. Right now we're really focused on RCOA because I'm very curious about it. But sometimes we go way off on like little strange stories of travel and this and that. But all right, so I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey, ready?
Here it is. Breaking news.
Breaking news. There will be a video posting either later tonight or tomorrow. RCOA and Memphis in May is joining partnerships.
Oh.
Any of our contests that have 30 cooks or plus, the winner will get a guaranteed entry into the Memphis in May.
Starting in 26.
And starting in 26, because they already have 25.
This season, this season's wins will count towards 26.
Towards 26.
So it started immediately. This weekend will
all the winners that are cooking contests that have under 30, those winners will go into a draw. However, our European and New Zealand teams, the winners will get an automatic guarantee no matter how many cooks are cooking over there.
Wow.
Plus, we have been told that the Rib Cook-Off Association is the fastest barbecue sanctioning organization that's out there. Fastest growing. They've never seen anybody do what we've done in a very short period of time.
I agree. That's why I was saying, like, I'm in awe of.
Just takes money. That's it. It takes a lot of money. That's all.
I wonder why I'm not growing.
Anybody can do it. It just takes money.
Yeah.
It just takes money and time. That's all. Money and time.
Yeah, true. On the time.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Hey,
that is
pretty
huge news right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have some other secrets that I have up my sleeve. They're just not ready to come out yet.
It's just you and I.
No.
We can come on again.
Yeah, we'll come on again.
Hey,
come on again.
We'd love to have you on again. Not that we're getting rid of you now, but yeah. No.
Well, I mean, the last person who said that, I think we outlasted her, and that was I think it was Brooke from the shed. She said, "Oh, we got something, but we can't tell you." And I think after an hour and a half, I can't remember what it was. I think it was something to do with, that was when they first announced that the MBBQA conference was going to be at the shed. And she's like, we got some huge, in the beginning of the show, we got some huge news. Just wait and see what, but I can't tell you now.
I was listening that night when that.
Yeah, after an hour and a half, it kind of got to, then she's finally like, I can just tell you.
Yeah.
We like them. They're great people.
We actually went to that this year.
Yeah. And Dirk cooked, and we had a good time. I tell him I'm semi-retired, but the guys in New Zealand taught me to cook and barbecue, and Dirk's taught me everything that I know. So I had to go to a refresher class. Him and I went this weekend and took a class to give me a refresher, since I got to cook barbecue.
Yeah, we haven't took a class in a couple of years, so we went and took Chris Schaefer's class.
Yeah.
Chris is a good friend of ours.
And
we normally take one every year, but the funny thing was, I told Chris, I think we set the alarm he did it like a regular comp, right? And we cook on drums, so we set the alarm for like 4:15, and we had about a 25-minute drive to Collinsville. And
you're gonna throw me under the bus.
Jody rolls over and looks at me, and that alarm goes off. She rolls over and looks at me, and she said, "I hate effing barbecue."
He threw me under the bus. But I did say that.
I would too if I had to get up at 4:15 in the morning.
Yes.
Well, welcome to the world of competition barbecue.
Well, then, you know what?
That's why I got out of it. Them long cooks.
Ryan excluded, but see, now I didn't know your faces because I was at the shed too, and see, we probably bumped into each other, and we did.
Yes, that's why you look familiar. I thought you were there. Yeah,
I was there. I mean,
Tromping around in the mud.
Yeah, Ryan wasn't there.
I'll exit myself out here.
Exit yourself.
You
Ryan wasn't here, but no, I didn't know you guys were this because obviously I didn't know the faces, but so next year when we go down there, we'll have to look for you.
We set up over by Eric and those guys with Boards Not Out because Eric brought me a drum, and then I took my hasty baked to cook steak on. So we were at Jody's SUV. So
we stayed at the Cozy Rosie, which you probably, if you watched any other shows, you probably heard because I loved the Cozy Rosie. I thought it was fantastic.
We did too.
And then,
we did too.
Cabin number 5.
We were cabin number 2.
Were you? Yeah.
We were in cabin neighbors. Wow.
We were there.
I thought it was great little cabins. But then I cooked with over by Smoky Woods. So I was over by Jim Taylor, the Smoky Woods trailer. So that's where I cooked my one steak because I'm not a true competitor for anything. But Jim got me into the competition, and I'm like, well, what the heck? You can't pass up an opportunity like that. Cook against the best cooks in the world. And not only that, it stops Ryan from telling me that I've never cooked anything. When I competed against 87 of the best steak cooks in the whole world, Ryan, and guess what? I beat 22 of them. Now, whether or not those were any of those people, I have no idea.
Like 34th.
I think everybody beat me that weekend.
65th out of 87. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this is the boss.
It looks like the boss.
She is the boss.
Nice.
She's a total of 3 pounds, and she rules our world.
Probably go back to the new Lennox comp that you were talking about. Vito said that he said yes, we are a charter team. Took first place twice in 7 years there.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so it was a comp. I know Vito used to do a competition down there,
right?
And that's cool now that it's part of the Rib Cook-Off Association. That's actually pretty. So I'm gonna be kind of like a downer on this whole thing. But do you have things in place for when people start whining?
Yeah.
We've been pretty fortunate this year, actually. And the funny thing is, when we started this, we actually had people calling us saying, "Hey, I would like to be on your board and like to be considered for your board." And I immediately said, "There is no board. It's Jody and I." And we have been really fortunate this year. We haven't had probably seriously 3 people whine about anything. You'll get a Facebook comment every once in a while, but overall, it's really been good. But also don't really put up with it either. I can care less. So it's Jody and I, and if you piss me off.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because I can just, I can see this one's cooking Duroc and I can't do Duroc, but
No,
I thought my ribs tasted better, and
We've been pretty fortunate.
The community that we're building is everybody really cheers for everybody. I mean, when we all go compete, I know we all want to win, right? Or we want to hear our name called. But in that aspect, we never had any issues. As Dirk said, we had a couple of people, and they would come to me, and Dirk is 6 foot, pretty big guy, and I just point to him because I'm not going to take it. No, I'm a business lady. I'm not going to take it. And plus, it's just not going to be right for me to respond because I'm a Southern lady. So I just point to him.
Yes. So we have not had to ban anybody. We have not had to block anybody on Facebook that was any part of any, we've been fortunate. I mean, you'll get a little here and there, but that's part of it. I know that. So we've cooked long enough. Trust me, I've been on the other end of it a little bit too. So,
well, I mean, and it sounds like it's fun. I mean, because Ryan and I have done a whole bunch of shows and we've had a whole bunch of people on there, and there's been a lot of people that do the KCBS thing that, they're almost looking for something, either KCBS to add a little more fun to it, or because we always talked about everybody's tied to a flavor profile. Everybody's tied to a flavor profile, and I personally I'd like to judge a competition because I want to taste the barbecue that people eat at home. Because I mean, when you go to the competition, they're not making what they eat at home. I mean, that's what I want to see, some different flavors. And there's been a lot of people that have come out and said they wish they could judge a competition like that too. But when there's so much money on the line, everybody falls in place and everything's somewhat very similar.
It's true. We do have a contest in Wisconsin this year it's a double, and they're doing a wet rib and a dry rib. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and they've already done one this year as well.
But I tell people, and I do some classes every once in a while, and with a friend of mine, but it is true that if you stray away from the norm, you're going to stand out, and it's not how you want to stand out. It's a fact of competition barbecue. It's just the way it is. It sucks. You'd really like to taste some different stuff, but 9 out of 10 times it's sweet and it's saucy. And if you don't cook it like that, you're not going to score.
You're not going to score. And you guys a little bit different. I mean, did they stray a little bit in yours where you might get
you'll see
a little spicy stuff, but
yeah, and a little spice is good. Yeah, I'll see some dry ribs come in. I've seriously, out of all the contests we did last year, I've tasted 3 ribs. That's it. We cook so much barbecue, and then you're around it all day, and I'm walking boxes back to the judges and stuff. That's the last thing I want. But I took, and one of them was at the World Championship. So, and it was just random. So I've actually took 3 bites of ribs, not been eating a whole rib out of this year, but all the ones I see, and I don't see them all, but I'll see them on a table after they've been judged, and 90% of them are saucy. I mean, pretty saucy. So, and there are some that are dry, like the sauce has been set on them pretty good, but I couldn't tell you how they score because I don't know. I don't have any idea what's what, but the flavor profile is about like everything else. It's pretty sweet and maybe a little heat.
And we don't have certified judges, and we will never have certified judges.
No.
We give the judges about a little 10-minute spiel. Our score sheet, I developed it so that it's over there. It's over there on the side, right there. It is developed with 3 categories: appearance. Oh, this is ancillary. The other one's over there. It's appearance, taste, and tenderness. So we use decimals. When we've judged, sometimes it's better than an 8, but it's not quite a 9. Right. So we allow the judges to.
Hang on, I'm going to bring you up here.
Okay. We allow the judges to put in a decimal. So on our appearance, it starts at 9, goes down to 6. On the taste, it's 6 to 9.5. And tenderness is 6 to 9.8. Tenderness will always break a tie, and then we'll just work back from taste to appearance. And we tell the judges that if a rib comes in, and because it has to be on the bone when it's submitted to the judges, if it falls off the bone, pick it up and eat it, and do not ding them, and then tell us, what did you think about the tenderness?
And appearance is not judged in the box. We only have a full sheet in the box, so no greens. And the judge takes that rib out, sets it on a paper plate, and they eat with their hands. So
they judge.
I've not seen a judge pick one up and the meat fall off the bone, but I'm telling you, they're cooking them right up to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, backyard tender.
Well, maybe
A little
just
different than KCBS then.
A lot different in case.
yeah. I mean, if that's all you guys are judging on, then maybe there will start to become some freestyle in there. Because I mean, basically, I mean, if it's only your taste, I mean, you're not looking to, and you don't have any certified judges that you say, well, this is what a good rib should taste like. This is what
we don't coach them any way, shape, or form like that. We just tell them kind of the rules, and if it's, my spiel is, if it's good barbecue and you like it, score it good, and if you don't like it, then score it accordingly.
Yeah, so. I guess then because then that allows you to, if you want to do a little spicier rib, it kind of puts you at the gamble of you're either gonna get a judge that likes the spicier barbecue, or I shouldn't say spicy. I mean, we were talking about this today when or yesterday when Rackmasters dropped off for the garden show. We're talking about spicy. People hear the word spicy, and I think it means different in the regular world as it does in the barbecue world. Because to me, spicy just means barbecue heat. Like, it's not like, oh, it's really hot. It's just like, oh, it's got a nice warmth to it, and that to me is spicy. Right. So hopefully maybe people will start kind of expanding their taste horizons in the cook-off association.
We've had other sanctioning body judges come over that are certified, and they absolutely love our judging. Because in the other sanctioning bodies, they have to judge to certain criterion. Right. And the comment's been made that maybe that's not the best barbecue, but they have such specifications that they have to judge to, that's how they're judging. So they really like it. They said that when barbecue started 20, 30 years ago, this is how they were judging. And so they're really enjoying it. So the judges enjoy it. The cooks enjoy it. I think the reps are enjoying it. We're enjoying it. So I don't know. I think we got something here.
I think so too. I think it sounds pretty fun. I mean, you got Memphis in May now, for crying out loud. I mean, I just need the American Royal to come along.
We cooked that. I think last year was our 8th year to cook the Royal.
Yeah. I need to get them in a room for about 30 minutes, and I bet you I can persuade them.
I don't know.
I'm
not sure KCBS is too happy with us.
And then I think there's so many things. There's the Rib Cook-Off Association. I mean, there's so many other things that KCBS could add to. I mean, obviously you got yours, the Rib Cook-Off. I mean, you can do a steak thing. I mean, there's the turkey thing. There's a whole bunch of things that you can add to it. I don't know. To me, it's give these guys some fun to, instead of just cooking the same 5 meats all the time, or 4 meats, whatever it is. And they all got to always fit the same flavor profile. But do an open where it's like, we're going to do a rib cook-off thing, and you guys just cook them the way you want them, and we're just going to judge them based on what they look like, what they taste like, and just have fun with it.
Yeah. And that's what the cooks like. The judges have liked it, and the way that we scheduled the contest, we'll have awards between 3 and 4. Well, they're home by dinner. Now we're keeping the wives happy. Now they don't care if they leave. The wives are saying, hey, you need to go cook that RCOA event because you're home in time for dinner.
See, Ryan, you'll be home in time for dinner.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's similar to what we do with the griddle battle. So I organize the griddle battle. So same thing, cooking competition, but it's all on flat top griddles.
Love it.
But that's cool.
So it widens the categories of, we have a breakfast category. Well, one person could be bacon and eggs. One person could be pancakes.
I want to judge that.
It's wide open. That's what we like about it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are looking to mentor anybody, I love what you guys are doing. But we've had a couple competitions, and we're getting up to 10 people. I'm hoping it's going to pick up this year, but
Cool.
I don't have that luxury, to be able to do 40 contests a year. I would love to, but I've got a 13-year-old son that's still in sports.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if you want to or not, tell you the truth. I have people call me all the time and like, man, I want to get into competition barbecue. And I'm like, you really don't. You think
right.
you do, but you really don't.
yeah.
I
Well, you
think
guys are-
what they like about our organization is it's affordable.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
paying $125. Sometimes it's only a single rib, or if it's a double rib, it's $250. If there's an ancillary, that's anywhere between $50 and $75 typically.
Yeah.
And so people can afford that. And the
Right.
meat's not expensive. And I think that's why we've had so much success. I was in a meeting here talking with a potential sponsor and a partner to come on. And I said, we're getting anywhere between 2 and 5 new members a day now. I remember when we started, I'd run in there, Dirk, we got 2 new members. We were so excited. Now we're seeing those members come on daily. And so that is very exciting.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm just in awe. I mean, I love what you guys are doing. I love the idea. That's the main reason that I got out of doing KCBS is, I'm buying an $80 brisket, cooking one, where these people are taking a $300 brisket, cutting it down to this little bit and throwing the rest of it away and, doing whatever with it. It's like,
That's us.
I
We don't
can't
throw it
afford
away, but
well,
back when Jody and I were doing 30 to 40 contests a year, which we did 4 or 5 years in a row, we were spending $10,000+ a year just on brisket. And we only cook one, but we buy Snake River Farms, and they're expensive.
And from a business point of view, being a businesswoman, that's not sustainable.
No.
And if you can't sustain that, then as an organization, you have to look and you have to say, okay, what can people afford? What can we do?
right.
Yeah. At those costs for KCBS, if you don't have a lot of sponsors to help offset the costs, or you're not at least winning some money at least every other competition you go to. I mean, you're right. You're going to run into a negative deficit pretty fast as far as between the fuel driving all over, let alone the meat and all that other stuff, and repairs to trailers and all that other stuff. So
don't we know it? Like I said, we've done 180 KCBS contests.
Yeah.
If you guys are looking to judge the griddle battle, Ryan, you got one coming up in Eureka, right down in Peoria there? Or?
Yeah, Eureka, Illinois, June 28th, and then Yorkville, Illinois is September 13th.
That would be fun.
I judged one, and I can tell you it is really neat because you're not tasting the same thing all the time. It's like you're getting a whole bunch of different stuff, and you're basically taking that dish, probably similar to a judge talking in your organization. You're taking that plate that's in front of you, you're looking at it, you're judging it, and you're tasting it, but you're only basing it off of what it should taste like, what's sitting in front of you, and what it should taste like, not like to any kind of criteria.
Right.
It's just it's like what you think it tastes like.
Yeah.
I'd love to judge something like that. I would be thoroughly shocked if we had a weekend that we weren't going somewhere or doing something, but
we have a comp.
it would definitely be fun.
So, well, September 13th. It's in Yorkville.
I tried,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Anything there, but we'd love to have you on if you're interested.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we're similar. I happen to have my, the nice part about it is my 13-year-old son competes in it.
Oh, I love it.
And I've had his scorecard here because we go over it, but it's presentation, flavor, execution, and creativity.
Cool. I like that.
So Brandon Bresner hosts the Central Illinois Barbecue Throwdown. He's helped me out tremendously in getting this going. So I can't thank him enough, but I'm just in awe. Like, this is where I want to be at. So this is my plan, is to be where you guys are at one day, hopefully.
There was a couple of guys at the classes weekend that said, a lot of us had an idea of something like this, but y'all took it to the next step. Y'all actually executed
Actually did it.
on it, and now look at where you are today.
Mhm. Yeah. I think my website's my next thing. Everything just goes through my Facebook group, Barbecue Blackstone and Beer, but there's griddle battle pages too, but it's not to that level yet. So
But one thing about the website is technology. All the softwares get updated almost on a monthly basis, and there will be a little glitch. It irritates Dirk to no end, but I'm used to it being a businesswoman, and there's always little glitches, and somebody will say, hey, I didn't get a receipt, or hey, this happened. Okay, well, I call my programmers and I'm like, hey, we got to fix this. Okay, well, that last update redid this, so now we have to do this. So yeah, I spend a lot of time with our programmers.
I do IT for a bank, so I'm right there with you on all these new updates. One update that's going to fix this kills 5 other things. So.
Yes, yeah.
No, and we're always the bad guy. IT's always the bad guy, but yeah, it's funny.
If Dirk was in charge of that part, he would have fired our programmers, a long time ago. But I was like, no, you just don't understand. It has to be updated.
It's nothing we're doing. We're just
that's right.
Yeah. No.
Maybe I missed it, but and my mind catches up. But how many ribs on average are they turning in a box? I mean, normally like KCBS is like 6 type of thing. I mean,
we require a minimum of 6. We only have 5 judges at a table, but we require a minimum of 6 ribs. Just how we started. You can turn in as many as you want. Most people are turning in a pretty heavy box, so I'm guessing in the 8 range. But you can turn in 6.
Yeah.
So some will do that, but it seems like when I'm walking boxes or helping walk boxes, the boxes are pretty heavy. So,
and how many slabs would
blind turn in and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, double blind.
Double blind.
They just get a ticket when they get their boxes. There's no number on them or anything, and then they get a ticket when they come up. That part is kind of similar to SCA. Yeah.
And then
blind judging way. Yeah.
How many slabs do you feel everybody's cooking to get those?
Most of the guys seem like they're cooking 3. Okay. Some are probably cooking 2. And we have quite a few contests that'll supply the ribs too. Okay. So they'll get a sponsor and supply ribs and still let the cooks bring their own also.
Yeah.
So, but it seems like just from hearing people talk, the average of 3. Like when we do KCBS, I always cook 4. Okay. But I can fit 4 on I can fit 4 on a drum easy. So it's just might as well use it. But I'm going to say 2 to 3, but on average. So.
Hey, and guys, no garnish.
Yep.
I like that.
I hate garnish.
We also do no meat inspection either.
Yeah.
We leave that up to the promoter. We didn't have anybody last year that wanted to do it, but we do understand that a city may require it or something like that. But you can pre-trim your meat before you get to the contest. Once you're on site, you can do whatever you want. If you get there Thursday night, they let you move in Thursday night. You can inject. You can do whatever you want. We don't care. It's just, but we just ask them not to do it before they get there. So it's kind of the honor system, and
it's worked.
Yeah,
it's worked.
So what do we got to do to judge?
Show up. Go online and find your contest you want to judge. Sign up to be a judge. You can do that. You can call the promoter and tell them you want to judge.
Or just show up.
And hopefully you'll be able to.
Always need judges. I don't care if they say they've got 50 people coming, 30 will show up.
Yeah.
So there's never enough judges. I mean, we find enough while we're there, but I mean, there's very seldom do you ever just come up to a comp and there's like, well, we don't need you, or you can walk boxes or whatever. So.
And last year we had a lot of single rib turn-ins. Probably about halfway through the year, a lot of people started doing doubles, and now we're seeing doubles and a few triples even.
Triples too.
Yeah.
The doubles are fun because the promoters will do baby backs for one and St. Louis for another. So like in our area, nobody ever cooks baby backs. So it just freaks them out. Then when we go east, they do St. Louis, and it's just
baby backs.
It's like it's a foreign meat.
Yeah.
Like they've never cooked it. Wow, it's crazy. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be fun. I'm going to look at that new Lennox one.
Yeah.
Well, I can honestly say, and Tricia can back me up on it. I went to the Winter Burn, which is a local competition up here, and I have judged it in the past, and I can tell you, being a spectator is more fun than being a judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go around and I do my own job. It's like a contest. It's like an internal contest to the contest. I go around and I'll taste everybody's ribs, and then I'll kind of rank them in my head of where I think they should finish. Yeah. And then I look to see what the final results are. Yeah. And see how close I was to, and this time I did really bad. Either I did really bad or the judges did really bad. Because there were a few that I thought should be in first place that weren't in first place, but I find you get to eat more when you're not a judge.
Yeah.
That's any given Sunday, though.
That's for sure.
That's right. And we don't do any comment cards either, and we will never do comment cards.
Oh, where you get the judges can write a comment.
Yeah. No.
What's the thought behind? Because I look at it as, well, I mean, it depends. Some people get butthurt at feedback, and I take it as constructive criticism. But what's the thought behind that?
We discussed this last week with somebody, or maybe it was in Chris's class. We've had, out of all the KCBS contests we've had a lot of comment cards, some good, mostly bad, but that's just one person's opinion. I'm never going to change anything I do in competition because of a comment card. So to me, they're worthless. I'll tell you exactly what I do if we get our KCBS printout at a comp, and Jody looks at it because she gets it. I go get in the truck, start the truck. We're ready to go. She's already looked at it, checks for comment cards. She hands it to me. I glance at it as we take off, kind of look at highlights. I throw it in the back seat. As soon as we get to the house, I throw it in the trash. So I don't dwell on it. I don't care. I've seen it. I know guys that can dissect those things down to nothing. I just don't change anything due to the
right.
And my thought process is, if you're giving them comment cards and they might be newer cooks, I think they're going to take that too literal, and they're going to make changes, and then they're going to go probably south
or get butt hurt.
Well, or go south, and then they're going to get confused. I just don't think it's fair to the cooks, and that's just our organization. Other organizations, that's fine, but we're not going to do it.
I got a comment card in our hometown. This was years ago that said I used too much ketchup in my sauce.
Did you use any ketchup in your sauce?
Hence, that's why I don't care about comment cards.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
There's some pretty funny ones. Guys kind of keep track on Facebook. If you get a funny one, you post it on there.
Yeah.
Well, we do have comments on ours, and thankfully, like we do get numbers on our turn-ins, and then we change them. But I was using like team 1, team 2, team 3, and not having now I've changed it because we learn, right? You put something on, you learn from it, and you move on. Well, we had 6 and 9 with no lines underneath it, and the person that was taking them off the tab and putting them on the tray turned it upside down.
Yeah.
And the only reason that we knew that it was somebody else because their comment said, well, this, and this. And he's going, wait a second. These aren't mine.
Yeah.
I didn't have this inside my dish.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, we had to swap some points real quick and figure everything out. And
sure.
It actually took one person from 5th place to 3rd place, and then they were in the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it happens. So.
No, I mean, I get it, though. The whole comment
some people like them. I'm just not. I don't care about comment cards. I'm kind of like Jody. I think with us just starting off, I think some of those guys wouldn't know how to take it. They'd probably get pissed off. They may never cook again.
No,
or they may change them. We're used to them. We've cooked so much, and I just don't. I don't care if we get them or not. They don't make me mad. I don't care what it says. I'm just not going to go my next contest. I'm not going to change something because of that comment card. I may change something, but it's not going to have anything to do with that comment card. So
that's just.
Did you ever get a? I'm just curious. Did you ever get a comment card where you cooked something, and you said, I really effed it. I used too much salt, and it actually had the comment card say it tasted too salty, and back up your thought of that because I mean you guys cook, you know whether or not you think you really did a really great job or you think I blew it on the
I've seen a lot of those. I don't think we've ever got them. I think the one I got the most probably years ago is when right now in KCBS you can not turn in burn ends and score great. It's been that way for a couple of years. When we first started, if you didn't turn in burn ends, you were dead in the water already. Your box was it's just how it was. It shouldn't be like that because they're supposed to judge what's in the box. Right. But I promise you, if you didn't have burn ends. So in my mind, I had to turn burn ends. And before I really learned how to cook good burn ends, I would turn in whatever I had for burn ends. And I would get it. We always excelled in brisket. And I would get your brisket's great, burn ends tough or whatever. And I don't know how many contests that I got comment cards on burn ends because I didn't know how to cook them. I thought I did, but I didn't, obviously. And but we've had a lot, but in the last few years, we really haven't had many. But I know a lot of guys, but it seems like the guys that get the salty and they know it was salty.
Yeah, that's I was just curious if you ever got one where it's like, I knew it. Yeah, he saw it. He caught it. I messed it up. Yeah.
Yeah. You normally know, if you suck at a meat in the contest, you know it. You may not know. Usually it's overcooking or something like that. Right. It happens all the time. Happens to the best of us, but we haven't had so many comment cards in a while. So, but
we're really focused on growing the barbecue sport.
Right. Okay.
And
no, I was just I agree with you.
That's not going to grow the barbecue sport.
But I mean, did you do you find a lot of obviously KCBS is you got your pro and then you got your backyard. I mean, you're getting I would assume being only rib, you're getting a good mix of
we are.
Oh yeah,
KCBS pros and backyard people finally being able to compete with each other.
Yep. We've had tons of pros and tons of backyard guys, and we even had some backyard guys at first. Like, man, so and so here, big names, and I'm like, listen, you got a better advantage than they do because they don't cook like this. They don't overcook their ribs by 10 degrees, what they usually turn in or whatever. So I said, you got just as good a chance as they do, probably better, But we've had cooks from every organization. We've had pros. Like I said, we had 11 world champions at Worlds in all different organizations, So from Memphis in May to KCBS to you name it. So it's a pretty fair playing field. And the guys have been really good about helping each other out. It's amazing that the new cooks, an experienced cook helping them out. So
when does your season run? Like when does your point season? Is it like February through February?
Yeah, the first year we went from January to the end of November. Okay. This year it would have started in December, but there were no cooks, and it'll go again to the end of November.
Okay. And we'll do our world championship in January. We'd like to change that to a warmer month, but I think we're going to wait a year or two before we do because you're going to have that dead period. Kind of like when SCA had to change because of COVID, went from October to March. You had that dead period in there, and we'd love to do that too, but I think we're
still thinking about it.
Yeah, we're weighing it out.
Yeah,
I hate to have to go a whole year and a half before you have the world championship, but if you're going to get to a warmer date, you're going to have to suck it up and do it sometime. So.
Right. Well, I don't know. Coming from a northern climate, having it in January somewhere warm would be extra enticing to.
Hey, we luckily didn't have any rain or snow. It was chilly one day because it was really windy. We had 4 teams from Wisconsin. They were running around in tank tops and shorts. They thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was crazy.
40 degrees out. Oh, man.
That was Trisha and I at the shed. I mean, we're running around in our jeans and just our hoodie, and we're like, oh, this is the greatest. I mean, it's like 65 degrees and this and that. Even at night, the Friday night, even at night, I think it had to be like 60 or something by the time we went to bed, or 55 or 60. We're sitting out on the front, just sitting in our swing, rocking like, oh, this is amazing. It's only 55 degrees and we're loving every minute of it.
Exactly.
On Sunday, the day after Worlds finished, we probably had maybe 10 RVs still out on the grounds, and no kidding, the wind was blowing 50 to 55 miles an hour, and it was freezing cold. And so the people going home and then up north, I think some of them were delayed because of the weather, and some did hit snow going back to Wisconsin. But most of them got out and headed south or headed east even before the bad weather came in. So,
Yeah.
What else, Ryan? You got anything else to think of? I'm trying to think because I thought I had one more question in me, and I can't think of the. Oh, I know. If is it just ribcookoff.com, or do you guys have a place to go to if somebody's interested in
.com.
go?
ribcookoffassociation.com. We have a Facebook page. We have a Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
Jody's in charge of all that.
Yeah, we have about 5,000 each on our Facebook page, and then 5,000 in our group, and a lot of those don't overlap. Some do, some don't. We've got 12 or 1,400 on Instagram, and our TikTok's almost 2,000. So we're growing everything organically.
Excellent. Yeah. So if anybody's interested in hosting an event or asking questions about how to host an event, you can go to that ribcookoffassociation.com.
My phone number's on our website, so they can call me.
Yeah.
Anytime.
So I think it's a cool thing. I've been wanting to ask questions about it for a long time. Like I said, I think I reached out before this time, and I got all the information, and I just kind of, you get old, things came up and I forgot all about it.
Tell me about it.
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to have those guys on the show. So yeah, we'll have to get you guys back on the show again, and then to catch up with stuff like that. I'd like to, as we get closer to Worlds or something, or towards the end of the season, it'd be neat to get the word out again, because I think it's a great organization. It's kind of fun. I like fun. I like the fun barbecue stuff. So
heck yeah. Well, we'd love to come back anytime. So
and good luck for Memphis
I'm
in May.
definitely looking at that one in August.
Great. We would love it.
Wow.
Yeah, I might swing through there. I got to look and see if I'm off that weekend, but if I am, I might swing by there.
I'm sure we'll be there. I don't think we have a rep in that area, do we? Or do we?
No. We've trained probably 100 reps over the last 2 years, and bringing more on. A lot of people really want to start repping those. Our whole plan is to have reps within each state, so we don't want them to have to travel to other states.
Numerous reps.
Numerous reps, and so a lot of those are really signing up at this time to come on and rep their states. So
excellent. Well, that's cool.
I was thinking I'm wondering about September 13th if we can do like a little combination rib cook-off and griddle battle.
Heck yeah.
We got the area for it.
We're game for.
Yeah, let me look here.
I don't know. I was trying to look at the
September. We'll be in more, but you can always do that, and I'm sure we have a rep up in that area.
Yeah, I've got a KCBS contest that weekend in Oklahoma, plus a rib contest too. So
wow.
But we do have numerous rib contests on the same weekend. Just because we have one, don't mean we want to do another one, but we do not let any of them even be remotely close to each other. So so we don't kill. You know how that goes. So
that seems well, and I think that's what happened to some of the, Chicago competition. Nobody was looking to see when anybody was doing anything, and then there's only so many, as you know, there's only so many teams in a certain given area, unless you're something like Praise the Lard, where you'll actually draw people from other areas. Otherwise you're pulling from the same teams, and then you ended up dividing and conquering, and it just didn't happen. You ended up destroying two competitions instead of one. So
and then we also really listen to the people in their state that know the economics for their state, and so some states they're telling us, hey, we can't have a contest that's more than or less than 6 weeks apart. So they know, based on their competitors, that they need to have them at least 6 weeks apart. We've got other ones that are like, hey,
we could have one every weekend in Oklahoma and fill them up.
Yeah.
I can see it.
There's a lot of kids around here and close enough that they'll come. So
Right.
And then this weekend, we're really having a fun contest. It's a benefit. We're going to be
Nice.
in Decatur, Texas, and it's going to benefit a young man who was a contractor, is now on dialysis. And we're expecting 50 to 60 cooks
I
show
think
up.
we'll have 70 some cooks. Show
Yeah.
up, probably.
Oh,
I
That's
think it's
cool.
gonna be huge. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So
well, if you guys are in the, I think you guys are, if you're in the It's All About the Barbecue and More group, feel free to post any competitions or anything in there.
Thank you.
That's what that's there for, is to
cool.
kind of just a window for the barbecue community. Obviously, I share a lot of stuff from work in there, but yeah, for people
I think I
that
just joined the group right before the show because I didn't know there was one. So
no, that's all right. Yeah. So that, if you guys got a contest coming up, there's people all over in there. It's not just a Chicago area, but if you got contests, feel free to, if you got one special like this one that's a benefit, if you want to pop that in there, and as long as you're not doing it every day, every hour,
Sure.
you guys know, but once a week or whatever, if just because otherwise people just get bored, they'll pass it by. But yeah, feel free to put stuff in there because I think it's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the same for barbecue Blackstone and beer as well too. So
Copycat.
Okay, great.
yeah.
What, Steve?
Copycat.
Steve just cares about his own page. This is a group
Copycat.
effort, and he just wants to just share his own stuff out.
Copycat. No, I'm just kidding. Right? No, the more you can get out for barbecue, that's the thing.
Yes.
I think there's barbecue is from when I started 10 years ago and selling stuff. It was always super fun, and I just hope we don't lose that. But it's always just a fun time. It's people are bitter rivals, but yet it's they have a fun time cooking with each other and joking with each other. And, it seems like almost every single organization is the same way. Somebody needs help. Everybody helps each other out as long as it's, as long as they don't use up their ingredients, they're willing to lend you sauce or lend you equipment and
That's right.
Sure.
give you a space on a smoker if you had to or whatever. But yeah, everybody's willing to help each other. And that's kind of the cool thing that drew me to the whole thing. So
I was so locked in here. I've neglected my Instagram, but cooking or camping with the Cleveland said come to South Georgia. So look it up. Go to the ribcookoffsassociation.com and see if there's an event near you. I'm sure there's got to be one out there. And then Ron says over 15 contests in Wisconsin this year so far.
Yes.
actually, I think in Georgia, if you're looking for someone to contact, I think it's Tony McGee. I think he's the Why Not Georgia Cooker Barbecue or something like that.
I know that.
I mean,
for sure.
yeah, I see him. We've chatted a couple times, and I believe that's his name. And he does that group, Why Not Georgia Barbecue, I think it is. And so if you're in Georgia, look that up and reach out to that, and he can either probably get you something as far as where his barbecue's at, if whoever that was looking, Ryan. And if not, call up the Rib Cook-Off Association and start your own. So.
Something we didn't talk about real quick. In our organization, you can cook on any fire source.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Electric, gas, anything. You can use a crock pot if you want to.
Wow.
Cook with anything you want.
It's like cooking on Blackstone.
We don't exactly.
Exactly.
We do not restrict whatever fire source. So it's all good.
No, it's similar for the griddle battle. Same thing. Cook on any surface as long as it's a flat top. It's got to be that. If you want to bring your own Presto out from underneath the cabinet and plug the electric thing in, you go right ahead and do it. It'll work for you, but
there you go.
Yeah,
as long as that's a pretty cool.
But that kind of makes it nice for whoever can cook on. There's a lot of pellet smokers. There's a little bit of everything, just like any organization. So
right. Oh yeah.
That way it's not limiting anybody. You can cook on whatever you want.
I kind of like it. There's rules, but there's rules, but it's almost like a free for all.
Yeah, there's not many. We have some rules, but there's really not many. It's just kind of go have fun and cook ribs. We're not.
Ron's got a pretty good comment there, Ryan. If you want to pull that up,
which one? This one?
Yeah, over 15 contests in Wisconsin this year so far. So
you just weren't paying attention. I already read it off.
Did you read that or offer? Well, you know,
But
maybe
just
I
in
was.
case if you didn't hear, Steve, if you were
Maybe I was
wondering,
lecturing.
there's 15 contests already this year in Wisconsin. So
I think I heard that.
Yeah, I would say Wisconsin, Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas is our main states. We have some in Alabama coming up. We're venturing out Montana,
Montana this year.
Illinois, Washington State. We've had some individuals contact us from Florida. I think they're looking at 2026, but we can handle anybody who wants to come on.
right. Yeah.
Did you guys reach out to? Did you guys talk to Brad and Brooke about that showdown weekend of doing? You know, because I know obviously it's a lot of SCA stuff.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that weekend, but Brad and I did talk about doing some rib contests, and he would like to do a couple. I haven't really got back with him, and he hasn't got back with me, so we'll see how that goes. But we'd love to go down there and do a couple. I don't think there's any way it would be that weekend though.
Yeah, there's a lot of people there. I was just kind of cool that it did. See, personally, I'd like to see the two together, but that would be
Well,
I think it would be a fun time, but because that one day they do cook ribs.
But that's all SCA stuff.
So there is an event coming up in Kansas City that's going to be SCA, RCOA, and KCBS.
Oh,
Is that the October 3rd and 4th?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
there. I'm just waiting here. That's Craig Carter.
Craig Carter's. Yeah, Craig
Carter's. Yeah. No.
He's talked about having a griddle battle down there as well.
Yep.
So it's
that's going to be a fun time.
Still in the talks. But yeah, it'd be nice to do.
All right, guys. I think we are over our hour, which again, as I always say, that means it was a good chat and everybody had a good time. So I think everybody had a good time. But I know I had a good time because I learned a lot more about the organization. So
thank you, guys.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and we look
to meet
forward
you guys. And looking forward to hopefully bumping into you one day.
Yeah, we'll see you guys down the road somewhere for sure.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. All right, see you guys.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
See you later.
That's a cool organization right there.
Yeah, another great show.
Dirk and Jody, yeah, a great organization. That seems like a lot more. That seems like a lot more fun. I mean, it's like a free for all. I like that though.
Yeah, no, it makes me think a little bit about the things I'm doing with mine, but
yeah, and these were successful. So I mean, that's got to be good for you.
I know you brought it up. I wasn't going to bring up, about being salty and stuff like that. I wasn't going to.
No, I was just curious. I was just curious. I mean, because there are times where you think you chunk something, and then it's like you wonder, and then the judge actually says what you were thinking, and like, see, I knew it.
Or just like this, with the griddle battle, you're new to it, you've never really cooked a competition, and it is all constructive criticism. And I do like their standpoint of the Dirk saying, that's one person's opinion. It doesn't mean that that's how it is.
Well, maybe for the griddle battle, get rid of the criticism thing. Maybe just get rid of the comments.
Yeah, it's a possibility. We'll see what goes on.
Richard C says he likes the fact that you can cook with anything. I didn't realize that too. And that came up at the very last thing we talked about. It came up that you can cook on anything, which I think that's kind of cool too. So you're not. I just think ribs are, like I said, they're a short cook, but they're not a really short cook. So it's like you're like steak is usually like, it's so many minutes per side, and it's usually done in like 10 minutes or something like that. And ribs takes a couple hours, so there's a little more time invested in it. But yet you're not doing 6 or 7 or 10 hours or 12-hour brisket where you're, whatever.
Yeah, that's why. We've been talking about things for the griddle battle. I'm trying to get registration and stuff like that forms out there because it's coming up soon. June 28th is right around the corner. So I've been trying to think of categories. So things that we've been talking about.
No copycat.
No, copycat's done. I will never do the copy. I love the idea. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of it, but yeah, that was it.
I love the breakfast and what else was there? I know there was copycat. Desserts. There was breakfast and there was dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were thinking. Somebody brought up like doing a category, but doing a a one meat competition. So like this one has to have ground beef, has to be your main thing. No matter what you do with it, it has to contain ground beef.
You know what? Reuben sandwiches.
Reuben sandwiches. See, what the hard part about that is that to cook a Reuben, that's your brisket, right?
Well, I mean, you can buy that,
but you have to cook all the protein on site. That's the hard part about it. But Richard C., there's 2 griddle battles coming up. One is June 28th in Eureka, Illinois. And then the second one is September 13th in Yorkville, Illinois. If you go check out, I don't have them out there just yet because I just got them confirmed, and I'm trying to get the registration forms up, but I'm going to get flyers out here pretty soon. But you can check out It's All About the Barbecue or Barbecue Blackstone and Beer or the Griddle Battle Facebook page as well is where I'm going to start posting all the information for that. I've looked at a website. Haven't really had too much of a thought about it, but
what did you say it was? June what?
June 28th. What? You're working?
I got to work that weekend. That's all right.
You look kind of sick that weekend, Steve.
No, because I gotta figure something else. There's going to be a rib wing thing in Clarendon Hills that I really like to go to, and that's going to be August something or other. So,
is it August 16th?
No, it's not. It's August. I think it's. Oh, geez, I just lost my live feed, but it was August 23rd, I think it was, and I worked that weekend.
Saturday. You worked the 23rd?
I worked the 23rd, but August 16th was the one in New Lenox, so maybe this year I'll have to check that one out. But I really, really like that one in Clarendon Hills. It's not by far anything like that we would think of as a competition, but it's just a bunch of local guys getting together and cooking and they're teams and they have a little battle and everybody gets to taste it and it's not a people's choice, but it's still and I think it's a fun little thing. It's at the I don't know, it's in Clarendon Hills, the Open Door or something like that. I'll get more information on it as it gets closer.
You help the website. That's what I do. I'll work with you. Hey, yeah, definitely. Shoot me a message. I see you're on YouTube, so I don't know if you can send a message through YouTube or anything, but if you jump over to Facebook, shoot me a message on Facebook or go to the Griddle Battle page, shoot me a message there. And, it's something I've considered and thought about, but definitely something we got to look into. So, especially now that we have a trademark for it. So that's the good stuff. But another great show. I was fully into that conversation. It was one of those.
I was too.
I sat back again, and I know what it takes to put on a competition, and it's a lot of work, and to sit there and, I guess maybe they have that background of cooking in all the KCBS competitions and the SCA competitions and things like that they know a lot more people. So that definitely not discrediting anything that they've done for it, but to have all those connections definitely helps, right? I don't know all those people. Especially,
I would agree. It helps. I would hope that a lot of people to jump right into it, but that doesn't still, like they were saying, there's a lot of people, like I said, there's a lot of people that thought that idea, but they actually jumped in the pool. You know what I mean? And took it and ran with it. So there's a lot to be said because there's a lot of people that had a lot of great ideas about a lot of things and they just never do it. Right. I got a lot of ideas for a business too, but I sure as heck don't got the balls to do it. You know what I mean? Because, there's just a lot that goes into to running your own business and doing stuff that, even if I had a great idea, I just couldn't.
Right.
I don't know if I could do it. So
at the Walmart. Oh, did we? That was, what year was that? What are we, 2025? That was 2022? 22 or 23?
See how Ryan treats his fans? He doesn't even remember.
Listen, listen, I mean, at least if they're coming to my place where I work at to see me, I don't leave 20 minutes before they get there.
Well, I didn't know they were coming though. I wasn't like I treated them badly.
It's hard. Nothing. I can't remember everybody. Barely remember going to that. That was with my no longer buddy. So my no longer buddy was there. So
I mean, just look at good old it
was right after COVID. Yeah, no, I remember because I'm right in Yorkville, so not far away.
Good old Dirk and Jody. I mean, I'd have to go back on my messenger, but I know I reached out to them before to be on the show, and
they said, you just let them
they
go.
said to reach out. They said, here's Dirk's number. Reach out to Dirk, and then things, whatever in life came up, and then I forgot all about it. And oh Jesus, he's got the sticker you gave him. Holy God! Then you did see him.
Yes, he loves the stickers. Steve gives me such a hard time about the stickers. I'm just saying. So, anyways.
So anyway,
we'll see how it goes. And what do we got next week, Steve?
So next week is kind of up for grabs at this point. I'm scheduled.
I wish you'd give me more notice about this up for grabs stuff. That means you don't have anybody.
No, I do have somebody, but I'm waiting for him to give exact confirmation because I think he's still waiting to get the scheduling for the SCA Worlds, because I have scheduled last year's SCA World Champion Chris Lytle was going to be on live down at the SCA Worlds to to talk about what's going on there at the SCA Worlds and what he's doing and this and all that and blah blah blah. But he's just got to check and see what's going on that Thursday night to see if there's stuff there that has to that would conflict with that. So if he's not on, then I will reach out. We have on the 20th, we have David from Melendez is going to come back because he missed the other night when we had Brad and Brooke and Mike Starr on. I will see if he will want to move up to so we will have somebody. Right now it's scheduled to be Chris Lytle down at the SCA World Championship, but if not, then we'll have somebody.
Well, and guys, don't forget, if you missed the show and you want to go back and rewatch, great. Check out It's All About the Barbecue. Check out Barbecue Blackstone and Beer, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all those good places. And then also Spotify. Yes, Melinda's. Great stuff. I just made I
got a t-shirt right.
Made a pepperoni pizza with Melinda's hot honey drizzled all over the top of it. It was amazing. Love it.
I got the t-shirt right.
I don't have the t-shirt. I have the apron.
Oh, I got a t-shirt. I got he sent me a nice little gift pack, which I'm sure I think it's similar to the one you have, except I got a t-shirt instead of the So. All right. Anyway, so let's do some last minute housekeeping because we're getting close to an hour and a half. Remember, this Saturday and Sunday, go to 1940 Ogden Avenue in Downers Grove, Illinois. That is Wanamaker's. We will be having our garden show, grills special on grills. We'll have local vendors there to go there and taste their sauces and their rubs and all this other stuff and support them by buying a bottle here and a bottle there, a bottle everywhere. So get that. And then more importantly, because it is for my good friend Juan Silva, March. There he is. Here's Kevin Kelly. At March 15th, we will be at Beach Avenue Barbecue in Brookfield. Please come on out if you can. And it'd be 11 o'clock. Did you see that comment from Kevin Kelly?
I just put it up there.
I know, but did you see what it said?
Oh, wrong. Sorry, Rich. Yeah. Thanks to Steve for hooking Kelly's Gourmet up with QVC.
Everybody thinks that Steve's just the guy that works at Wanamaker's.
I wish I could, but still in Texas. Won't be back till late April. Well, then you can come out for the griddle battle in June or September.
Well, we do try to do the barbecue love tour every month. So be on the checkout. I have been trying very hard to remember to make Barbecue Blackstone and Beer a co-host of the barbecue love tour stuff, so it posts on Ryan's page. But I cannot say that I am 100% accurate every time I do it. And not only that, now maybe Ryan can back me up on this. Sometimes it's hard to find the accept to become a co-host.
Not really.
Did you? I mean, I've had that before where I would send the co-host when we were doing the classes. Like I would do it from the Wanamaker page to Wanamaker's Barbecue and Smoke Supply, and I had the hardest time of finding where to accept.
Well, you got to change because you're looking at it through one page. You have to switch over to the other one so you see it.
Well, I know, and I did, and it just became a pain in the butt. But anyway, so anyway, yes, garden show this weekend. If you're in the area, please get in there. If not, that's great too. But what?
Saturday, is that Saturday and Sunday?
It's Saturday and Sunday. So the vendors will be there both Saturday and Sunday.
We'll see. We got soccer sometime, but yeah.
And then obviously, like I said, Barbecue Love Tour stops at Beach Avenue Barbecue in Brookfield on March 15th at 11 a.m. Please, 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 if you're in the area, please come out and support that weekend. If any of the barbecue loves you can make it to that one, because I would love to, as I've said in previous shows, I would love to walk up at 11 o'clock and there to be a very huge line of people waiting. And I'm hoping that I'd love for them to open at 11 and then be sold out by 1 o'clock. And then Juan can just go and enjoy the rest of the day.
That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome.
Yeah. Free samples.
Oh yeah. Kevin Kelly's going to be there. Kelly's Gourmet is going to be
Rodney's Red Dog barbecue sauce and colon plow.
Ryan, I think you need to try some colon plow.
I think I had some of that the other day. I might. I'm going to try to make it out this weekend. I was just looking at the soccer schedule. We've got soccer to get to, but
yeah, I forgot. Kevin's making Kelly's Gourmet is they're making their first appearance at the garden show, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, the colon plow is very good. I didn't find it really hot, but Trisha thought it was hot. And the Rodney sauce is very good, but I'm still going to say you will not find a better mustard than Kelly's mustard.
I've had it. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hour and
let's go.
42 minutes. So
Yeah, it's because you're
every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central. Come hang out with the co-host or the host and the co-host. I don't agree with that. I totally disagree.
What? I'm the host.
That makes it sound like it's just your show.
No, because you're
No.
co-host.
We are co-hosts together.
Yeah, I'm the host. You're the
Yeah.
co-host.
Yeah, see? Thanks, Ryan and Steve. We said Ryan first and Steve. That's just because it's alphabetical, but it's all right. Anyways. All right, guys. Thanks.
I couldn't do it without you, buddy.
I couldn't do it without you either, Steve. Nor would I want to.
Me neither.
Maybe.
Anyway, all right, everybody. As always, please remember to shop local, shop small, and if you can, just go anywhere that like Ace Hardware, Wanamakers. Shop local, shop small. I got to think, Ryan. You got a little calculator on your little hands there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say something that we're going to use Wanamakers as an example. I just want people to understand the power. You don't have to spend a fortune there. I know some people do, and I appreciate it. There are, as of the last census, there are 50,000 people in the town of Downers Grove, Illinois. So we'll take half of that. So Ryan, 25,000. If they bought that, if those people, those 25,000 people, they just came into Wanamakers once a month and bought one can of rub for $12.99. Ryan, do $12.99 times 25,000 and tell me what the total is.
$324,750.
1 month. If you do, that is just to show you the power of shopping in a small business. I can tell you right now that if Steve's Grill Department did $328,000 in 1 month, Steve would be a genius, because that is almost what the whole grill department does in a year. So just imagine. So I'm just saying, when you see a small business, you have to be consistent, but you don't have to spend a ton. Just go there and spend some money on a consistent basis, and tell all your neighbors and all your friends to go there. Cause like I said, that's half the town. If they stopped into Wanamaker's and they bought one item, a $12.99 item once a month at Wanamaker's in the grill department, that would be $29,000 or whatever to that.
25,000.
So anyway, I'm just saying it's not like when we say go to a small business, you have to go there and you have to drop $300 or $400 every time you go. So anyway, so that's it.
Good stuff.
That's my spiel. So shop local, shop small, support that. If you can, don't go to Amazon if you don't have to. But anyway, I know Ryan loves Amazon, but just saying, or Walmart.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care.
Yeah, everybody.
We'll
Bye.
see you next week. Bye.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.